everyone, Chef Kim here. Today I'm going to show you how to make some baked stuffed shrimp. This is a Pico de Gallo baked stuffed shrimp, and I think you're going to love it. And I hope with these videos that I've been helping a lot of men and women decide what to make for dinner. I've always loved to teach, and it's so much easier to teach on video than it is just by putting it on paper. So sit back and let's watch another video. Well, I'm putting together the ingredients for the baked stuffed shrimp. There's a few things I wanted to show you before I prep everything. On cilantro, always try and find a bunch that is full and smell it. If you can smell that wonderful smell that cilantro puts off, get it. Sometimes it's really bland. And be careful that you don't accidentally get Italian parsley instead of cilantro, because they look similar. Now, what you do is just bunch up a little bit and just start cutting really small slices, real close together. We're using a lot of these ingredients for two things: the sauce and also for the stuffing. With jalapeno, I want to make really fine slices. You're going to once again do it really fine this way. You always wash your hands after using jalapeno. Don't pick up your baby or rub your eyes. That can be dangerous. You can always wear plastic gloves if you're worried about it. Alright, so that's how we do that. And see how nice and fine that is? Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is the tomato. Like, how do you fine dice a tomato? Well, it's just a little bit different. You want to cut, and be careful because it's kind of slippery. You can always cut it there, that way it stands up. And then you want to cut a slice, because I want this to be fine. So I want to cut thin slices like that. And then the last part, just be careful, like that. So now, once again, strips. Turn. Whoop. Tried to get away. This way, everything is uniform. Now, the shrimp, I've already peeled the shrimp, but what we want to do, it's already cut on the back, which most shrimp are, and I've left the very end of the tail on. Not here, just here. And what I want to do is cut so that the shrimp will lay flat. So it's still together, okay? If you do get a hole, it's not the end of the world, because you can cover it up. I can always show you how to fix your mistakes. I want to make a cut all the way from the top to the tail. And we're going to take a little bit of butter, and I'm just going to use a piece of plastic wrap and rub the butter on. If you want, you can use olive oil, which is fine. I'm going to put just a tad more, because that helps it to become really tasty. And we're going to put the shrimp here. And then we're going to go ahead and make the filling. But I just wanted to get the shrimp all ready to go. And you see how they're laying flat? And then we're going to put the stuffing on top. Alright, now in this bowl I have some pasteurized crab meat. And I'm going to start adding some of the ingredients. We're going to add a little bit of red onion. You could use green onion too, and if you use red onion, you want it very finely diced. A little bit of garlic, not very much. Okay, some of the jalapeno, some cilantro, tomato, and we're going to put a little bit of lime juice in here. Little bit of pepper, salt, some cream cheese, and then I want to put some avocado in here. And I use the back part of the knife so I don't poke a hole in it. I'm trying to cut it into fairly small strips so that I have fairly small pieces. Do it just like you do on the cutting board, except you're doing it in the avocado. So let's pop that out. We're going to mix this up together. Okay. All right, so see how that's looking? Great, huh? And here I have some crushed tortilla chips. And these are a nacho cheese, which you can use that or a plain corn tortilla, which I actually would recommend. Yeah, but it's up to you if you like it, the nacho cheese flavor. I just happen to have these around. And I'm going to add a little more. Some shredded Jack and Cheddar cheese. See, you could totally put this on a toasted bagel. Put it in the oven, melt it. Now you want to make sure you have enough cream cheese that it binds together. So when you hold it like this, it stays. It forms a shape and it holds that shape. So let's bring these shrimp back. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. That shape I had, almost perfect, right? Now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top. And try and kind of press it on, because a lot of it's going to fall right off because it's not super wet, the filling. So it's not sticking unless you push it on. If a little bit spills over, then that's your treat. As the cook, you always have to have special treats. So when everybody else is talking and getting ready for dinner, you can be nibbling on the melted cheese in the pan. All right, I'm going to start making the hollandaise. Now, I've shown in another hollandaise recipe that I started with a spoon. I'm going to try this. I have 2 egg yolks, half a stick of butter, and a couple teaspoons of water in here. And I'm going to stir it with the whisk, but I don't want to whisk it. I'm just doing what I would be doing with the spoon. This just might save a little hesitation in making this, because where I'm switching over from a spoon to the whip, that can be the part that's tricky. So we're going to try it with just the whisk. And what I'm trying to do is just move the butter around so that it melts. And be careful because the egg is cooking a little around the edge, so I'm going to turn the heat down a little. Alright, so now I'm going to start whisking it because the butter is all melted. But I wouldn't have wanted to whisk it earlier. Now I want to have my lime close by. I'm going to pull it off because it's gotten thick and I don't want it to break. I'm going to add a little bit of water to it. Cold water. And you want to put enough in there so that it's the right consistency. Okay? I'm going to shut that off. Now I'm going to add my Pico de Gallo ingredients. My cilantro, tomatoes, jalapeno, and the lime, because the vegetables cooled it down a little so it's safe to sit on top of there, even though it's hot water. I added more lime juice. And then I want to put in a little bit of avocado too. So we will continue with the finely diced avocado. You want to make sure that this sauce is finished before you put your shrimp into the oven. Well, I just pulled the shrimp out of the oven. Look at those. Those look great, right?